just went to the range yesterday and I made up some more ammunition. What I've been using up till this point, because that's all that pretty much that I could get off the shelf, was celery and bellow brass, and it's garbage. It really is. Like, I've got the first shot that I fired, which was on yesterday was Monday. On the Friday, I was using the celery and bellow brass. I shot a heap through the gun. The first shot, I had a case head separation. Okay. Now, that was only the second firing of this brass, and it's a total case head separation. It was easy to get out. I just had a pick and just pulled the rest of this case out just with a pick, and it wasn't jammed in there. So the celery and bellow brass for the 303, it's going to get scrapped, and like there's a lot of it displaying potential case head separation. There's a massive line going around, and so I saw that one of them was actually also cracked. So that brass is just junk. So my advice is, yeah, don't buy it. That's probably why it's so available. Everybody's got it on their shelves. Well, yeah, there's a lot of it around. It's just rubbish. I don't know, probably get sued by celery and bellow, but your ammunition is great, but your brass is junk. And I've also had problems with when I was resorting to using celery and bellow once fired brass through the 17 Hornet, because the Hornety brass, the prime pockets were just a joke, just unworkable. I couldn't make ammunition from that brass, that Hornety brass, even new brass. So I've got to wait. And apparently I've heard that the 17 Hornety brass is okay now. Yeah. I'll wait before I go back into that malarkey. I'll wait till all the crap brass is off the shelves, which is sort of selfish. But what do? I'm not going to buy shit brass, or it's a bit of a lottery. I mean, because not many people shoot 17 Hornets, so God knows how long that brass that's on the shelf, which batch it is, when was it, So anyway, I'm staying away from celery and bellow. Like with the 17 Hornet brass, I was getting longitudinal splits on the cases on the 17 Hornet, some of them, which was really weird. I mean, case head separation, yeah, I can understand that, but longitudinal splits? I don't know what's going on with that. So I'm not reusing any celery and bellow brass. I'll still use their ammunition, like their 270 ammunition. Yeah, I'll buy it and I'll use it, but I'm not reusing their brass. What I will do is, I think I've got some Hornety 270 brass or something. Yeah, anyway, I'll get other brass for the 270. But anyway, the 303, so what I did was, online, I managed to track down 100 cases of Remington brass, and so I fired that once, and I've also got some factory rounds that I fired in there as well. See if I can find a factory round. There's a factory round. Yeah, the factory round is showing a bit of a line, but the stuff that I made up, nah, it's good. Maybe the factory rounds are a bit hotter. I don't know. Where's another factory round? Yeah, see, I can spot them because they've got a line. So yeah, the factory rounds definitely have a line, whereas the new brass that I bought, the 100 cases, it's looking pretty good. There's no deformation at the head, so hopefully that'll last. Apparently PPU brass was the brass to get for the 303. PPU ammunition, generally speaking, is shit. That's been my experience with it. I haven't had 303 PPU ammo, but I have had a couple other calibers, and I had to send the 308 stuff that I bought PPU. I couldn't even chamber it at some of them because the actual throats had been chewed up, and I couldn't even chamber them, so I had to take them back. Yeah, couldn't even use it. But in any case, all the reports that I've seen about PPU ammo is that it's really, really poorly made. Yeah, I know, probably get sued, but that's the fact. Again, I haven't had PPU 303 ammo, so I can't tell you, but I don't think it'll be very good. So what I did, originally I had 47 grains of AR2209, which is hydrogen 4350. I went down a grain. I made up over 100 rounds of 46 grain with two different projectiles. So I had the Hornady interlocks, 150 grain interlocks, which it's a soft point. It's a soft point. It's a flat tail, soft point, and they're good. And also then, and there I sort of wanted to prefer to use them because they're 312 diameter, 0.312 diameter. But because this is a 126-year-old barrel, right? And I thought I'll need the 0.312. But I also had a box of that I bought just to try out Spear. Hot cores, 150 grain, flat base, and I thought these probably won't be as accurate, but I was wrong. Yeah, and I'll show you the groups in a second. I didn't shoot many groups. I just wanted to get the sights, make sure that the sights were okay. So the front sight I used. Where is that crap? I haven't got it here. I used Permatex. It's just a polymer putty, yeah, and it takes 24 hours to go hard. So if you can see the front sight there, so it's just, I just built it up. I mean, it was pretty worn off, so I'm not going to really do much else to it. I actually, because the rear sight is quite sloppy, it does move around a fair bit. I actually, just with some super glue, just glued it in a one spot that where I thought it needed to be, sideways, and I was pretty well right. So with the Hornady, with something that I can use as a background, with the Hornady, you can see that. So that was the first group, and it was sort of strung vertically. That's 5 rounds. Would have been about, if it wasn't for that big flyer up the top, probably would have been about 1.3 inches, 1.4 inches. This is at 50 metres. Then the second group was really, really good. That's only, it's a pretty small group, really good. And it's I mean, man, at 50 metres, trying to see that square, then that's 5 rounds, so I've had 2 rounds go through one of those holes. So that was a sort of a sideways string. So this is all the Hornady interlocks. But then I had a go, pardon me, of the Spear core locked. And check that out. Now I did measure that, and that's an inch group, okay? So I've had pretty much 3 rounds go through one hole. That's 5 rounds. I've had 3 rounds go through one hole, no bull, and another 2 at the side, and that's an inch group. So what can you say about that? I mean, that is a tiny group. Through these sights with my eyes, and I showed it to one of the guys there, Rick, and he said, wow, that's unreal. Because the guy who owned this previously, quite an old chap, he reckoned his groups were like that when he was shooting it, and he thought it wasn't any good, so he never had much interest in it. But if you can shoot that, at 50 metres out of this gun, there's quite literally, there's 3 rounds that have gone through pretty much one hole, and then these 2 others. So that's spectacular, amazing. 126-year-old barrel, amazing. Also with the rear, so I super glued it so it wouldn't move around sideways, because it was moving around sideways, and when I'd shoot it, the graduation leaf would come forward and lift the sight up. That was another reason why the groups were sort of going all over the place. So I just with wax, that doesn't move around anymore. I didn't use wax. I actually used what's called soldering flux resin. It's a resin, so I've melted it in there, and it's now solidified. And people say, well, you know, you're fixing the sight in place. What if you want to shoot for? Hey, I'm not going to try and shoot further with this thing. I can't see that far. All right, so yeah, not going to happen. I have got a new. There's an organisation called the Martini Henry Society. They're in Britain, in England, and they do have some. It's a wasp. I do have some. They do have parts. They do sell parts. Some new, some repro, some old parts, and that. So they didn't have any front wood, which I'd like to replace as well, because he's botched. He's cut. David, I don't know if he did it or someone did it, but they've cut slots down the side of the barrel here. Who knows why? What he did to the buttstock, which is just, yeah, he tried to radius it so he could fit an SMLE butt plate, which was on there, which just made just destroyed it, and it's really nice wood. So, but anyway, the Martini Henry Society, they do actually sell buttstocks, and I've actually got, it's coming. I bought it, it's coming. And the other thing that I bought off them was the socket for the lever. That socket that the lever goes into. So I've got that. I've got the socket and the buttstock coming. Now I've got to. I had actually the screw that holds the end cap on. It unscrewed and I lost it. I don't know where it is, so I've got to fix that, because there is a crack in the end there, so I've got to fix that. I actually, yeah, probably made it worse when I put that screw and nut in. But anyway, I just wanted to report that, yeah, wow, what a fantastic group. I mean, that is an inch at 50 metres with these sights and my eyes, and yeah, fantastic. One thing I did want to talk about is my other channel, G11 Outdoors. I had I just last night I uploaded a video, just this short walk where I was looking, it's called Looking for the Bamboo Track, because there's a track that I was looking for, the bamboo track, which I still haven't located. And I had this little intro of the crocodile with, not very long, with the start of the Barks Brandenburg Concerto. Well, guess what? I get a message on via email today. Oh, yeah, your video's been blocked because there's been a copyright claim, and the mob who Orchard Music, blah blah blah, someone or other, some Spanish mob or something or other, they reckon that it was their recording, which it wasn't. You know, if I could hazard a guess at how many orchestras and whatever have recorded Brandenburg's Concerto, the Brandenburg Concerto by Bach, it's got to be thousands, right? So, and this particular mob, they reckoned it was their recording, which is polished, but load of shit, load of bullshit, right? But so anyway, in the options it goes, yeah, this is what you can do. You can contest it, you can trim it, and and then it'll be all right. So I'm just going to trim that off because that wasn't a proper intro anyway. I just, for the hell of it, I put it on there. I did this. So this is the funny part. In that tiny little bit of the Brandenburg Concerto on that intro, which was just a still of the crocodile, they reckon that that was their recording. Now, before my previous computer got totally fried and I actually lost, I didn't lose, but I can't access the raw data, like play it. I can access the data, but I can't play it as far as Movie Maker files are concerned. The files are there, but I just can't play them. So I had an intro where I had just bits of footage from where I'd, been outdoors, and it went for about 2 minutes, I think, almost, or a minute or something, and it was the Brandenburg Concerto, the exact same recording. And the funny thing is, I don't know how many videos I uploaded to YouTube with that intro, and for G11 Outdoors with the Brandenburg Concerto, exact same recording, and that never got acclaim. But this, for some bizarre reason, this one did. So, and if people from YouTube are watching this, the claimant, Orchard Music, and a whole bunch of names in that who made the claim, you're wrong. It's not your recording, and I haven't got the disc here, but it's a hard copy, like disc that I purchased, right? And I'll tell you who the recording was. It was Hilary Hahn with I think the Los Angeles Philharmonic or something like that, or string quartet or something rather like that, right? It was Hilary Hahn's music, which I purchased. And the label was Deutsche Grammophon. Not you mongrels who reckon it's yours. You're full of shit. So, because I really love Hilary Hahn, she's fantastic, and her version of the Brandenburg Concerto when she plays her violin is fantastic. So I'm coming clean. That's whose recording it was. So I'm not gonna. I've got to find a recording that was done before 1945, because prior to 1945 there was no intellectual property rights as far as music were concerned. So any recording before 1945 you can play. So I've got to track down a 1945 recording of the Brandenburg Concerto or prior, which is probably going to sound like crap, but yeah. So this mob that made the claim, you're full of shit, you're wrong, okay? It's Hilary Hahn, well I think it was the Los Angeles Orchestra, some orchestra, on Deutsche Grammophon, okay? Not you lot, you're full of shit. So, but anyway, it's taking ages to do it. I mean, because you got to go through their process of trimming it. I could have just gone into edit and just trimmed it off and re-uploaded it, but no, you got to go through their process, which takes ages. It's been like 2 hours that it's still been processing and still hasn't finished. It's just a matter of clipping off like 20 seconds of an intro, and their process is a pile of shit. So anyway, I wanted to report on that. So I mean, in my opinion, I should be able to play that, right? Number one, nobody's benefiting from it, okay, financially, all right? I'm not playing it to make I don't make money, all right? My channels, I've got 3 channels, but 2 active channels, and that I actively upload on, and my channels don't make any money, all right? So how are you benefiting by making me take that music down? I don't get any money from YouTube. I probably never will. So it's just assholes. All right, yeah. And this mob it seemed like some Spanish mob. You're a pack of bandejos, okay? So anyway, there you go. There's a bit of Spanish for you. Yeah. So anyway, I'm really happy with the gun. That group, wow. I've really got to get it. You know, it rusts so easily because just no coating left on it. No, you just look at. Still got rust there. You just look at it and it rusts. You know, just touch it and it rusts. You know, I've got a coat of oil on it. I've got to get it. I'm going to take it to the gunsmith and get it phosphated, blacked, because yeah, it's just going to keep on rusting more and more and more and more. So yeah, but anyway, what a fantastic gun, Martini Enfield. I've got to. I don't know. When I take it in to get it phosphated, I might say to him, "Hey, measure exactly what's going on there and do a proper fix. Put some more metal on there." I don't know how he's going to do it, but or he might just say it, because I don't know if when he goes to phosphate it, if that putty is going to stay on there. Like it's hard, but you can still file it. It's only just it's only polymer. So anyway, I've been rambling on too much. Don't know what video I'm going to do next. I'm actually waiting for my CZ457 in 17 HMR to get approved and the permit to acquire. So that's probably going to be the next one, or I don't know what. Because I do move a few rifles. I don't keep every rifle forever. I'm not a collector. Like I've got 2 gun cabinets. They're supposed to be 12 gun, but there's no way you can fit 12 guns in those cabinets. I've got 2 cabinets. Once they start overflowing, I'll get rid of something, because there's a lot of things that there are rifles that I will never get rid of, like the Marlin 4570 SPL, never get rid of that. The Ruger Gunsight Scout 308, never get rid of that. Let's see what other, the shotgun, the Adler B220, I won't get rid of that. That's a fantastic gun. Let's see what else won't I get rid of. The Voer, the Foda in 270, I won't get rid of that. I might get rid of the the Steyr 270, because I don't really need 2 270s, and yeah, I don't know. I'll see. So, and when I get the 457, because I've actually got an extra barrel in 22 long rifle that I can fit on the 457, because I've got a 455. So I might get rid of that and just have just swap the barrels. So anyway, until next time, see ya.